In the last few minutes, Iranian state television has broadcast a message from the newly appointed Supreme Leader, Mojtaba Khamenei. The message was read by an announcer and gave no indication as to the state of his health, which has been under question. Some reports say he was injured in that attack that killed his father and mother and other family members nearly 2 weeks ago. In the message, he said Iran would avenge the blood of its martyrs and would continue to close the key Strait of Hormuz.
Our aim is actually to fail them, to make them fail in a very regrettable way. The enemy is actually very vulnerable. They cannot actually open new fronts. And we are going to open new fronts against the enemy if deemed necessary.
The new leader, who is 56 years old, spoke about losing his family and also talked of revenge.
I would like to focus and address those people who have been suffering recently in the recent days, who have been harmed recently, those who have lost their loved ones, have been injured, those whose houses, whose businesses have been damaged or have been harmed. And first of all, I would like to express my condolences to the survivors, to the families of those killed and martyred. With the exception of my father, who has become so general, who's lost my wife, my dear wife, and my dear sister, who was always serving her parents and who was rewarded this way spiritually, and also her child, and also my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, they have joined the ranks of the martyrs. And what has actually made it possible for me to have the patience is actually the promise of God for rewarding the patient, the people who have the patience in the right way. And I have hope, and I have actually I'm assured in this, and I would like to assure you that the revenge will be taken of all the people, for all the martyrs. Not only our leader, actually any member of the nation who has been martyred or will be martyred by the enemies will be added to the file of the revenge. Part of the revenge has already been carried out, but it will be completely carried out. And until then, this file will be open, and the children who have been killed, that's even a more sensitive issue. The crimes that are intentionally being carried out by the enemy, who was carried out by the enemy regarding the school, the children's school of Mina, is of a special attention and importance to us. And they're going to be provided with free health service, and they're going to be provided with a package of benefits and families of those children, and also other damages that have been inflicted upon the places and properties of people, and they're going to be carried out as well. And as a duty that has to be carried out by all the responsible agencies of the government, they should perform their duties and report to me.
Well, those the apparent words of the new Supreme Leader being spoken by Iranian state television presenter and translated for us. Let's cross live now to BBC Persian. Baron, let's talk first of all about the fact that we don't see the Supreme Leader in this statement. We don't hear his voice. How do we know this is really him?
We don't, and there are speculations that it might not have been the supreme leader, the new supreme leader. We know that he was injured in the attack that killed his father and some of his family members, and that he is probably in the hospital. The Israelis have said that he was injured in the attack, but it was not life-threatening. But we don't know the state of his health, and it is very much likely that the statement was not written by him. But he's a very reclusive figure. He's been an enigma for decades. And he has not made a speech before he was named the supreme leader. He'd never done an interview. So he might not be as present in the public eye as his father was, who was a president before he became the supreme leader. But if the statement was made by him, it just shows the continuation of his father's policies. And he talks about revenge. And there was speculation that he was actually be fueled by revenge, since his father, his mother, his wife, and some other family members of him were killed in the attack that on the first day of the war. And but his statement was a message of defiance and confidence. He told the regional countries that they need to close the American bases in the region, and also said that the Strait of Hormuz will continue to be closed. So it seems to be what everyone had expected, that he will carry on the policies of his father.
Absolutely, Baron. And he also talked to the Gulf nations about all the attacks we've seen recently. He said that Iran is only attacking US bases in those states, and we know that is not true. We've all seen the pictures of missiles and drones hitting airports and residential buildings. He also talked about wanting reparations for damages done within Iran as well. What do you make of the way in which he spoke about these Gulf states? He talked about it being Ramadan and about the way in which they treat Iran. It felt to me like he's not really holding out an olive branch to his Gulf neighbors, but he is trying to explain himself a little more.
No, and this is what other officials in Iran have been saying over the past few days, that we are not actually attacking Persian Gulf states, but we're attacking the American and Israeli assets in the region. But yesterday, when a branch of Iranian bank was attacked in Iran by the Israelis, then the Iranian foreign minister warned banks in the regional countries that they will be attacked and that people should stay away from them. So it is, as I said, the continuation of what others have been saying. We haven't really seen anything new in his statement. Everything that was said, the message of defiance, the message of carrying on with the military retaliation, have been said by the previous Iranian officials, and it seems that he's either a figurehead and that all the state affairs are at the moment at least being run by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and that the running of the country is in the hands of the armed forces rather than the civilian leadership. Or he's just going to take some time at least to consolidate his position in the country and to find his footing.
Baron, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Baron Abbasi there from the Persian service.